Dear student teachers, I'm very happy to meet all of you. Today we are going to learn very important area in the field of English language teaching, that is language acquisition versus language learning. Dear student teachers, this is very important to develop your language proficiency, and also you should understand um, appropriate uh, appropriate ways of teaching English to students. You are budding teachers, you are molding yourselves to become good English teachers. For that, you need some concepts. In this connection, you need this concept, acquisition versus learning. Uh, let's understand it very clearly. Language acquisition versus language learning. Do we need to help our students to acquire the language, or do we need to help our students to learn the language? What's the difference between this? We feel that acquisition and learning are one and the same. We feel that these both are synonyms, but linguists say that these two words are different in connection with language learning. Do we help our students to learn the language, or do we need to help them to acquire the language? Let's see. Linguists distinguish between language acquisition and language learning. Children acquire language with the help of the environment. Here, in order to understand it very clearly, the difference between acquisition and learning, let's understand this case study. Here, I would like to introduce two girls. This is in Goa. This is Goa beach in Panjim. You observe people from various countries come there as a picnic spot because this is wonderful tourist place. They come there, they stay there, and they go back because it's a very important tourist spot, international spot. People from different countries come there. In that, there are two students in Panjim city. One is Ronnie. Just below you observe Ronnie, and above you observe one girl. Her name is Suma. She is studying engineering, and this let's understand. Ronnie is a sales girl. Her profession is to sell things in Goa beach because people come from different countries for the purpose of entertainment. They during their leisure time they go for shopping. Here in that type of shops, Ronnie is working as a sales girl. That means she has never gone to school. She is an illiterate. Observe this here. Ronnie is here. She is illiterate. Just below, you see her face. She is an illiterate. She cannot read and write. She helped from the very beginning. She helped their parents. Their parents' profession is uh, selling items to people, the tourist people. And so you observe here, because of this, during this process, because in order to persuade people to buy things, automatically she started conversation with them. She used to speak them, and because of that, she attained good, wonderful language skills. She can speak English in a wonderful way with proper pronunciation. This made linguists surprised. One illiterate girl is speaking English, and you observe she is Ronnie. She speaks good English. She, because of her interaction with tourist people, those who are coming from different countries, she speaks with them in English. Because during that process, in order to persuade them uh, to buy things, she automatically or non-consciously attained that capacity of speaking. This is a good example for acquisition. Here we can say Ronnie acquired the language. On the other hand, you observe Suma. She is wonderfully at her studies, and she is good intelligent girl. Her marks are good. She learned English more than 12 years, 10 years at school level, 2 years at intermediate level, even in engineering also, she learned English. Even after learning all these years, she could not speak English fluently. She could not speak English. And even she performs well in her examinations, but she cannot speak English. Because of her failure in speaking skill, she failed to achieve a job. After completion of her engineering also, she could not achieve appropriate job because she don't have proper communication skills. Because of the lack of these communication skills, she failed to attain or achieve job. And she failed to achieve uh, job. And because of that, she could not speak English. She failed to achieve job, and her father, decided to join her in Spoken English Institute. After completion of studying many years, about more than 12 years, she could not attain proper communication skills. After completion of her engineering, she joined in a course, Spoken English course. This is the situation, dear student teachers. You observe, left side you see Rani speaks good English, wonderful English, good pronunciation. She communicates well. She can communicate her ideas very effectively by using English. On the right side you observe Suma, who studied in schools, colleges for several years English. Finally, she failed to speak English. She failed to attain proper speaking skills. Hence, this is all about acquisition and learning, dear student teachers. Hope you have understood. Ronnie acquired the language, Suma learned the language. Ronnie has acquired the language, Suma has learned the language. Let's understand. Language acquisition versus language learning. Children acquire language through a subconscious process. They are not aware that they are learning. Children acquire their mother tongue because of the environment. People come to them, they speak to them. This is one natural process. Hence, as a teacher, every one of you should attain the role of mother and teach to young children and help them to acquire proper language skills. This is the inference of this information, dear student teachers. In order to acquire a language, they need a source of natural communication, which is usually the mother, the father, or the caregiver. Dear student teachers, we have to provide very good, rich environment to the child. Rich environment to the child means we should use appropriate language to speak with the children. This is known as baby talk. The other name to baby talk is motherese. The other name to baby talk and motherese is parentese. Hence, we use one sort of language with children, with small babies. That helps them to pick up language. Hence, as a teacher also, you should implement this parentese, or what we call motherese or baby talk. You observe this small video, you can understand motherese. You see here, small video I would like to show to you, dear student teachers. Here we find
when we use infant-directed speech, we tend to use a higher pitch with elongated vowel sounds and exaggerated rhythms. This helps the infant hear the sounds easily so that they can learn language. Let's demonstrate. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. I see the duck. You have a duck on your shirt. I see blocks. You have blocks on your shirt.
Just you observed, dear student, you observed infant directed speech. Infant directed speech is known as baby talk. That is also known as parentese or motherese. Hence, we should attain the role of mother and speak in such a way you provide natural learning atmosphere and you help your child to acquire the language. Language acquisition is the process by which humans acquire the capacity to use the language effectively for their everyday purposes. Dear student teachers, that means the purpose of teaching language is to make our students to use language in their day-to-day life. They should speak that language. Then only we may call that they learned the language. Hence, we should help our students to learn the language. Hence, that will help them to acquire the language. Hence, the student should be in the position to use it for their day-to-day purposes. How can we achieve this? For this purpose, we should use day-to-day language in the classroom. We should provide atmosphere or we should provide opportunity to child to speak the language. We should provide a listening experience to the child. We should provide a rich environment. That means input-rich atmosphere should be created. Input-rich environment. What is input-rich environment? According to his age, according to his enjoyment, according to his needs, you speak with the child and you should provide such type of input to them, and definitely the child achieves or acquires the language. Children acquire language through a subconscious process during which they are unaware of grammatical rules. Children attain their mother tongue through this process. We are not aware of our mother tongue, dear student teachers, while we are learning our mother tongue. Same should happen in the case of English also. The need of grammar is not prerequisite for learning a language. Language learning, on the other hand, is not useful for communication. It is the result of direct instruction in the rules of language. The inference of this information is no need to teach grammar to children. Teach grammar to teach children to speak the language. Help children to speak the language. Scaffold children to speak the language. Provide opportunity to children to speak the language. Make the children to speak the language to communicate their ideas. That is the main purpose of language teaching. Just if you teach a grammar, they may not be in the position to attain or acquire language. They fail to attain communication skills. Just you observed the situation of Suma. She failed to acquire communication skills even after completion of many years of English learning. She could not speak well. Hence, you should bear this in your mind, dear student teachers. The direct instruction of rules of grammar and other unscientific classroom processes do not help students to acquire the language. Just because of teaching the grammar to our students, they may attain one thing, that is knowing about the language. They know about the language. That means they may appear for grammar test and achieve good marks. They may read some information and write in the examination. They may find faults with others, but that is not the ultimate purpose of teaching English to our children. Just for many times we recall, and once again I state that the purpose of teaching language is to enable our students to speak that language. Speak the language is essential purpose of teaching language at any stage. It may be primary school or it may be high school. Just if you teach grammar, they may be good at grammar and they may wonderful in attending grammar exercises, but they fail to acquire language abilities. See, observe here. Left side you observe, teacher is teaching some words. This may not help our students. This is mechanical, just apple, ant, like that. That isolated words will not help our students to acquire language. Do we teach this type of things to our small babies while we are interacting with them to help them to attain mother tongue? No, we don't teach like that. We use sentences. We use sentences, needful sentences, according to the needs of the child we speak. See, observe, we should provide listening exposure. We should talk to them. We should provide need-based environment, need-based way of teaching. Because of that, they listen to the language, they speak language, they read and write the language. See, observe the differences between learning and acquisition. Learning is a conscious process. You observe. Left side, the teacher is providing some information to them. Students say after him. This type of activities will not help our students to acquire the language. Finally, they may learn and they come out from schools without speaking skill, and that may not be help for our students to live well in the society. On the other hand, you see, observe, acquisition is a subconscious process. This is like a mother speaking with baby, mother teaching or helping a child to acquire language. Learning means that is may help them to learn about the language. Acquisition, attaining the abilities. You may speak about the language, you may wonderful in performing grammar exercises, you may learn about language, but that is not equal to acquisition of language. Finally, that will not help you in your life. This learning produces the knowledge, but acquisition produces the abilities. That means you should be in the position to speak, you should be in the position to read and understand information, you should be in the position to listen English and understand that, you should put your ideas on the paper that is writing. Then only you will be called as the person who acquired the language. Noam Chomsky is one linguist. He states that LAD is there in every human being. One that means pre-established or that means one software language acquisition device is there in every one of us. Because of that, we can acquire any language. That is the statement of Noam Chomsky. That he states that every human being is having a digestive system. We take food and food is digested in our digestive system. That our digestive system will help us to digest the food. In the same way, LAD is there in our mind. This LAD will help us to acquire any language. Hence, what is essential to help our students is to provide input-rich environment to students. You attain the role of a mother. Teach them, speak in a joyful way with children, provide opportunities, make students to speak language. Finally, students acquire the language. Dear student teachers, this will be the ultimate aim of teaching English to our students at school level. And finally, because of this English, which is a wonderful tool that we are going to give our students to represent our country, and they go anywhere in this world and live, and they grow very well in their every aspect, every walk of our life. This will be very helpful to them. Hence, dear student teachers, bear all these concepts in your mind and help your students. Hope this will be very useful to you. Wish you very good luck, dear student teachers, and all the best. See you in the next class.